Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hailka. I'm an empath, and I just like doing these little talks on how I feel about things. And oh, happy August 1st, y'all. Sometimes time to me feels like a piece of paper. Every now and again, somebody divine comes along and shreds the piece of paper in half and drops the other one away, and then it continues on like this. I have quite an imagination. I see in pictures, and I just trying to convey what I see. As some call it channeling, some call it intuition, call it what you want. I just share what I got for fun and for free. This is an old T-shirt I brought around. I brought back into the rotation recently. I used to follow a dog named Fluffy Shark. I used to buy a T-shirt for everything I supported, and every place I went, I'd get a T-shirt. Because I've, been there, done that, and I like to establish, points of connection in life. That's kind of what I believe in, with energy and all that stuff. This morning, Benny's over here on the sunning chair, and Stanley's over there in the corner. I slept actually pretty good. The dog's time is just so weird, and I mean, consider how different people feel when they usually get 6 hours of sleep at night, and then they, something happens, and then you only get 5 or 7. But what that does is just that extra hour puts you in a different part of your sleep cycle. So that's why sometimes people wake up groggy. When things are different, it's because you're waking up in a different, or when you have a different number of hours sleep, because things, you wake up in a different sleep cycle. You aren't fully rested and whatnot. So this morning I've been listening to Dolores Cannon, and yesterday Allison Coe got extra ambitious, put out like 3 videos, and man, isn't it great when things work out for people just like that? They go through a bump in the road, and then like back to smooth sailing. My bump's a little bit bigger, I guess, but hell, in the time I started following her in 2.5 years, her marriage ended. She moved out. She started doing conferences, and is already back in another relationship. Man, see, that's ego. That tells me my ego is a little bit big, and I need to keep that in check. When I start comparing my insides to other people's outsides, can't do that because we're all on different timelines. And Dolores Cannon was talking about time, and and it got me thinking, is our belief systems, the mentality of a human being is freaking really quite fragile. Think about, I mean, when people haven't gone in their life, haven't seen a whole lot of trauma, have an idea of how the world is, and basically they've been blessed or fortunate or lucky or, able to manifest their most perfect life in a way that they've kept all harm from them for the most part in their life. Well, that's not a full spectrum life now, is it? That's not what us spirits are supposed to do, as far as a full experience of having our spirits having a human experience, So I find it interesting, there's all this. I believe in UFOs. I've always believed in UFOs. I didn't believe that I saw them because other people told me what I believed was not true. And so I was like, all right, maybe I didn't see it. How many other people have done that in their life? How many other people have been like, you report something. This isn't my story, but you report something, my uncle did this, or he did this, or she did this to me, or he did this and did this and that, and so many things are like, no, that didn't happen. Yeah, it did, and it's that hushing, it's that control, it's that dominance, it's all that stuff that there's no place for it in the world, because everybody has a voice and everybody has a right to be heard, and nobody has a, you don't put your hands on people without permission. Think about how many people wouldn't get in trouble if you didn't go, oh sweetie, are you okay? If you didn't even do that, because that's, to a lot of people, that's not welcome. To a lot of people, that's disingenuous, you don't, calm down, put your hand on somebody, calm down. Heck, SP and freaking Air Force told me that is assault. yeah, if they wanted to be dicks about it, and usually they do. so, so, if people just didn't touch people without permission, think about how different the world would be if people didn't even just do that. There wouldn't be false reports. There wouldn't be, true reports. There wouldn't be reports if people just didn't touch people. But how many people? Oh no, I can do that. Like it's the same number of people that keep freaking cooking their their freaking dogs in cars. Dude, air conditioner removes the heat from the ambient air. It can't freaking remove heat from the back of the vehicle where it can't reach. You stupid dumbass, leave the dog at home. Yeah, it's like everybody knows this, but there's still that I am right. I am right, and then your dog dies. It's weird, man. It's people's psych. Dolores Cannon made a example about this because sometimes people get their wires crossed and like travel through like timelines and dimensions and stuff like that, and they're not on the same timeline in reality as everyone else. Nature verifies. Nature always verifies. And so she was talking about how there are these three women from different parts of the country that liked her show, but it was on too late. And so all three of them in different parts of the country recorded it. Well, two of the women, long story short, got a baseball game, and the third woman got the show, and but the two women that got the radio station call or baseball game called the radio station and then they said that the show wasn't on anymore. So but they all actually came together, all brought their tapes and verified that was the actual reality of the Art Bell show, I think is what it was. And the other women didn't experience that reality. That stuff happens all the time. That stuff happens all the time. Think about how many times you walk up to someone and you're like, hi, and they just freaking look right through you. Or you're standing at the meat counter waiting to order, and freaking you're just, hello, I do this, because I vibe high, so there ain't a lot of, and like attracts like, so when, either I'm attracting the opposite spectrum, or I'm getting like attracts like, because we're all just magnetic fields, so either we're gonna, anyway, so the like attracts like, so very few people recognize me as who I am because so many people recognize them as seeing themselves in their full potential power, because that's how I recognize myself. Yeah, see how that works? Like attracts like. And our psyche, I like how this light beam is coming down over my shoulder. Boop. Got the whole world in my hand. I just like playing around, y'all. Anyway, so but people, their psyches can't handle it, so they can be like playing as in our neighbor, our star ancestors, they freaking bail, reality, and because kid spoon-fed reality to us, there. I tell a story about the night before I saw a Page and Plant in San Jose, of where I lost time and had a father and two kids pick me up about 3:30 in the morning, but I couldn't see the kids, and that's how dark it was, because I was in the mountains near Mount Shasta. So as time went on, I was able to see, that was my psyche veiling me in security of a father and son. But the reality of it was, I honestly don't believe those people that what picked me up were of this earth. Yeah, I believe that. We were so near Mount Shasta too, so that's kind of interesting. And the thing is timelines, dimensions. How many? Dolores also made. And this is how I tell things or see that things are different. Is that when I go out into the world and a building, a tree, something that has always been there isn't, or something that has never been is all of a sudden there, in a very short time. Like a building gets, like, that wasn't there a week ago. Stuff like that. That tells me how fast timelines are switching about and flipping around. People tell them, no, that's not happening. People tell themselves that. Check on the cat. People tell themselves that the reality isn't real. So I wonder what the world would be if people gave themselves permission to believe that the solar system, dark matter, space DNA, is our spirits that go back into our cosmic relations while we decide what we want to do next. And all eyes, all eyes are on the planet Earth right now. All of them. As I said that, I look over and a petal fell off a rose bush. All eyes are on planet Earth because people have the choice, free will, to choose if they want to live from their heart space of love or if they want to continue on the path and trajectory of greed and this gross old reindeer game that people are playing. So the choice is ours. Guide your light. Just be true to you. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.